On the floor for the visiting Dallas Mavericks. At point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. At small forward, P.J. Washington. At the other guard position, Klay Thompson. At center, Daniel Gafford. At the other forward position, Anthony Davis. The head coach for the visiting team, Jason Kidd. And now, the starting lineup for our LA Clippers. At shooting guard, at 6'3", number 8, Chris Dunn. At the small forward position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 24, Norman Powell. At center, 7 foot, number 40, Ivica Zubac. At forward, 6'7", number 2, Kawhi Leonard. The other guard, standing 6'5", number 1, James Harden.
Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Klay Thompson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Thompson is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Then there's Daniel Gafford. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Washington in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, we'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Zubac in at the center position. There has been a lot of discussion about the length of the NBA season, GA. Do you think 82 games is the right number?
Well, I do. It's worked well for over 50 years, so why change it? And if we do change it, it affects records and how we compare the game across eras.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against Dallas.
And in that one, the backups came to play, gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
Harden outside. Pass to Leonard. Powell with it. 5 on the clock. Driving inside. Misses from short range. Down low. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Assist from
Use the height, use the reach. Devastating effect, Daniel Gafford.
Here's Los Angeles now. Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
Well, for poster guys, it's usually dunks, but I wouldn't mind a Klay Thompson jump shot poster to look at on a nightly basis.
Now here's Powell. A 14-point game for him in the win against Dallas. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Here's Washington. 9-point game his last outing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Powell kicks to Dunn. Harden against Dinwiddie. Now here's Harden. Not a lot of room. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Dinwiddie passes to Davis. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, the added muscle Davis has put on, helping him on these tough.
Leonard finds Jones on the wing. Harden. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Banked in off the glass.
Well, Harden just outworking them inside. Could we say he wanted it more?
Brent, we know that James Harden has won 3 consecutive scoring titles in his past. But now, he really has worked on his game and changed his game to a degree.
Well, that's true, Kevin. Also, the system around him has changed. I mean, what they leaned into in Houston for James Harden to become an offense unto himself was unique at the time. James is a little bit older. He's playing with a different set of players that bring their own skill sets, but he's much more of a passer. He led the league in assists in 2023, so all of his offensive ability has not gone away. It's just manifesting itself in a different form right now.
And here are the Clippers now, following the score by Dallas. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. Now, here's Leonard. 20 points for him last game against Dallas.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Here's Dinwiddie. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Christie kicks to Dinwiddie. Stafford is screen on Hart. Dinwiddie for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Not a consistent three-point shooter, but Dinwiddie can get hot, so you can't just let him fire at will.
Jones dishes to Harden. Pass to Leonard. Ball stolen. And here we go with Davis heading to the hoop. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Intelligent play there by Davis. He knows he has the defense on their heels as soon as he gets the ball that close to the rim.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
First free throw is good.
I think as fans, you always want to see the best in the league healthy. Anthony Davis out there tonight, and the NBA is just better when AD's playing.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Bogdan Bogdanović, he's checked in for Powell, and it's Ben Simmons in for James Harden. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Dallas. Williams comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie.
And one of the best big men in the game, Davis continuing to prove how dominant he is.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Leonard. There's 47 seconds left in the first. Misses the baby hook.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Yeah, he cut off every angle and then got his body on him. That's a Warriors effort.
Clippers trail by 3. And he finishes nicely on the way. Leonard's got 8 points.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Thompson outside. Over in the corner, Washington. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Christie the pass to Washington. Nailed from three-point land.
Washington. 3-point.
Here's Simmons. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Pass to Jones. There's the 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time.
The guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
Mavericks leading by 4. Jones and Zubats make up the 4 and the 5. Bogdanovich is out there with Simmons. And it's Coffey in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Coffey. To the paint. Fires the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Coffey's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can't leave anyone uncovered around Simmons. He's fantastic at sensing when one of his guys has got some freedom.
Now, here's Washington. Lively. And finished off by Lively.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Simmons. They trail by 3 over Williams. Jones from outside. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball.
Mavericks basketball.
Let's see some of the numbers here for Anthony Davis.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under him.
Donnie's checked in for Ben Simmons. Pass to Washington. Williams, a screen on Jones. Here he goes. Washington, that's good.
P.J. Washington.
Washington's got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
No good from Zubats. Mavericks leading by 5. Outside Williams. Washington with a screen on Dunn. Williams for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Williams has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Dunn against Williams. Will it go? Got a piece of it. To the middle. Here's Marshall. Finished off the break. And now it's a 10-point Maverick lead.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Now, here's Zubats. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And Zubats has proven that, Brent, there's still a place in the league for old school centers.
Well, I think he plays, Kevin, with a combination of talent around him that allows him to situate himself right where he needs to be. Impactful around the basket, a huge rebounding presence, a guy that brings some physicality, and he's been in a perfect slot to show why it is he's such a valuable NBA player. The effort level from Zubats is something that the coaching staff and obviously his teammates greatly appreciate. Night in and night out, he's giving you his all.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Leonard comes in for Amir Coffey. And James Harden subbed in for Bogdanovich. Dallas also making some changes. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. Anthony Davis comes in for Washington. And it's Hardy in for Christie.
Such great concentration from Zubac. He's a man on a mission to just dominate the paint on a nightly basis.
Oh, Davis absorbing the contact.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And the timeout called here by... Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Leonard. And the rejection by Gafford.
A superb defender, Gafford, using that wide wingspan so well.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle.
Love to see Zubac attacking the rim, staying involved offensively.
Here's Williams. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
2 minutes.
Now here's Harden. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Zubac.
Nice job by Zubac using his size and just making it.
Washington, he's checked in for Najee Marshall. Thompson comes in for Hardy. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Williams. 1:46 left to play here in the half. Dinwiddie passes to Washington. Gafford with the ball. Washington kicks to Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock. Washington sets the pick for Dinwiddie. Rebound by the Clippers.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
Washington with it. Leonard picks him up. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Dunn. And the rejection by Gafford. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford. For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Ben Simmons. And Norman Powell subbed in for Derek Jones. From the inbound, and Davis sends it back.
Look at the defense on display there from Davis. Lines up the shot, and with perfect timing, swats it away.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's Leonard. The Mavericks making the shot. Zubac a screen on Davis. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Now here's Powell. 4 on the clock. Over Washington. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Davis. Over Harden. And there's Davis. That's good on the assist by Thompson. 9 points for Davis.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Harden bounce pass. Here's Leonard. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Jason Kidd. Jason, how do you feel about your team's performance?
I feel great. You know, we're sharing the ball, we're making the extra pass, but we're attacking the paint. And if we can continue to do that, puts us in a good seat.
Jason, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Daniel Gafford. Davis is out there with Washington. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie, and it's Thompson in at the two-guard spot. Harden finds Leonard. Leonard finagling one in close.
Kawhi's got that broad build and those long arms. It can be pretty easy for him to find those kind of shots.
People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
For Dallas, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Tries to keep it alive. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Outside, Davis. And finally they hit one. Davis has got 11 points.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Leonard on the wing. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Brent, Kawhi Leonard seems to be at his best. He is his most incredible when it matters the most.
Yeah, I think we sometimes tend to forget about how dominant Kawhi was in the performances at the biggest moments during the NBA Finals with his MVP awards, and it's mostly due to the fact that injuries have taken him away from those moments. But it's all in there. He is capable of dominating a game on both sides of the floor, Kevin, and I hope that there's another opportunity for us as fans to see him have one more crack at that, if not a couple more, before his career is over.
Leonard hits them both.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really helped make an impact on that end.
It's Davis on the wing. And they double up Davis. Back to Dinwiddie. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And it's 7 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 12. Harden outside. Shot clock at 6. Inside, here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Nice movement on the screen and roll. Zubac good at angling his body in those sets.
Dinwiddie kicks to Gafford. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Derek Jones, he's checked in for James Harden.
For your Clippers, number 55, Derek Jones Jr.
2 minutes gone in this 3rd quarter now. And the rejection by Gafford. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
On defense, Dallas. Dunn passes to Jones. Thompson against Powell. 6 to shoot. Leonard. Aggressive move inside from Kawhi.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Dinwiddie kicks to Thompson. Back to Dinwiddie. Screen by Gafford. Second shot opportunity, and the shot goes down. Gafford's got 6.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
On the wing, Jones. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. To the inside, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Leonard can do this. He can just take over a game offensively.
Dallas leading by 13. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Outside, Davis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. No problem knocking that one down. Dinwiddie's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Mavs. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They host the Spurs after this one. Dallas also making some changes. Marshall, he's checked in for Davis. Christie comes in for P.J. Washington. And it's Williams in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Powell kicks to Simmons. Now Powell. Pass to Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Mavericks leading by 16. Christie the pass to Williams.
2 minutes.
Now here's Marshall. Zubac's defending. Now Williams. Thompson outside for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Leonard against Christie. Kicks it out to Jones. Powell, the pass to Simmons. Clippers moving the ball around. Outside, Jones. Connects from three-point range.
If Leonard doesn't like his options to score the ball offensively first, he'll play with the ball a little bit.
Thompson outside. Williams sets a screen for Thompson. Puts up a deep 3. And Jones pulls it down. Clippers trail by 16. And Simmons kicks to Zubac. Outside, Simmons. Now here's Jones. He's guarded closely, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
One shot.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And the Clippers making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And Martin subbed in for Klay Thompson.
In terms of two-way players, Kawhi has to be one of the guys that you would consider as one of the elites. Defensive Player of the Year caliber guy on the wing. He can also carry you offensively.
Now here's Williams. He has 5. And here's Martin. Back to Williams. Over Simmons. Shots good by Williams. Williams has got 7.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Leonard, the pass to Bogdanovich. No good on the last second attempt there.
It's the 4th.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Leonard and Jones slot in at the small and power forward. Chris Dunn is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Simmons in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Bogdanovich against Christie. Williams passes to Christie. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Dallas.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Leonard. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Elbow shot is on the way. Jump shot is good. Leonard's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Mavericks leading by 19 points. Williams finds Lively. Pass to Christie. And here is Williams. Lively sets a screen for Williams. Off target with his 3. Williams against Bogdanovich. Simmons with it. Dunn, wide open, he fires. The 3-pointer off the mark.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
First personal foul.
In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
Clippers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Powell. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
Clippers ball.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Los Angeles. And Dallas with a change here, too. Washington's checked in. Wing shot on the way. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Dunn passes to Zubac. 5 to shoot. And here's Leonard from 3. And Davis sends it back.
A two-way star, AD has led the league in shot blocking on multiple occasions.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Now here's Leonard. Harden. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration.
Thompson against Dunn. Now here's Davis. Defense is right there. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. And so Dunn nails both of them. So, Greg, you played the point. In Create a Player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
Well-timed pass and strong finish from Gafford.
And the timeout called. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Zubats with the screen for Leonard. Back to Dunn. Zubats with the screen for Dunn. Sinks the three-pointer. Dunn's got 5 points now this quarter.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Back to Dinwiddie. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Now here's Powell. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. Zubats a screen on Washington. Gafford with the steal.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Dallas.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And this will push their record to 39 wins and a good effort tonight.
And they're going to bring this season series to an end with a very nice victory here today. These teams spent a lot of time on the floor together this year.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Anthony Davis.
He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Now, here's Hardy. Fires from way outside. Eubanks grabs the miss. The Clippers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch.
Assist under your coffee.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now, here's Hardy. Guarded by Simmons. Now, here's Hardy. Shot clock at 5. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Pass to Simmons. And they double up Simmons. Jones looking for an opening. Coffee passes to Eubanks. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Lively. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 2 on the clock. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Spencer. Did you have a sense coming in that you needed to be more aggressive tonight?
Oh, no, it was just kind of like the way they were playing and just wanted to be aggressive, wanted to hopefully make the best play for the team and, was fortunate to hit some shots tonight. That's really it.
All right, man. I know you want to be humble, but you played a big part tonight. Congrats on the win. Back to you.